Same.
Although I would say that the Germans and the French people, they are a little bit more that it's enough to publish in, because they are so big. But you know, Sweden is such a small country, not geographically, but when it comes to inhabitants. So, but mostly, I think 99% of all academics in Europe, they want to publish in English, definitely. Definitely. That was a joke when I said that, by the way, that I tried to get all journals to publish in Swedish instead, because that would, of course, be a disaster. But it would be good for me. You could also arrange some kind of writing groups, perhaps, where you meet once a month and review each other's papers and criticize them in a constructive way, and where you get a good feeling in this group that you can feel safe. You could have a writing coach, a mentor, or, I mean, this could of course be your supervisor, but it could also be someone else. Or you could, of course, get a co-author. At least in the beginning, this could be a good idea. On the other hand, you would probably learn more if you write on your own. Now, what I call the sixth W, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about, is what improves quality. How to make a good, convincing paper. How to take this idea, this novel thing. Did you, for instance, know that the Earth is spheric? Or do you believe it's flat? Do you believe the Earth is flat? You don't? You think it's spheric? You? Really? Okay. Do you know that the first guy who came up with this idea, that the Earth is spheric, they said that he was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. And now we laugh at those people who thought that the Earth was flat. And I'm now going to tell you the news of the century, not the century, the millennium, the new millennium, that the Earth is not spheric. The Earth is an illusion. And you will probably say that he's crazy. But in 2,000 years, people will laugh at you because you thought that I was crazy. And my idea of saying this is that knowledge develops, and you can, it's not difficult to find out something which is novel, which is new, but you have to connect it to the previous knowledge. You have to make it in a convincing way. Now there are proofs, evidences for showing that the Earth is actually spheric. I can't prove that the world is an illusion. You would still think that I am crazy. But if you shall write a good publishable paper, you would have to have something that is novel and put it in a convincing package. And one of the things which is convincing is that you connect it to an already ongoing debate. The debate about what the Earth is for the moment a bit dead. I said there are not many people who argue that the world isn't spheric. You would have to try to connect it to a debate that is ongoing For instance, today the sustainability debate, it's so hot, and that's a good way to connect your results or your ideas to such a debate. Someone said here before that some students don't think they can write a published paper because they don't have done any research. I think you can write a paper about almost anything, but you have to do it so there is something novel and something convincing. You have to mix those two. I could write a paper about that the world, the Earth is an illusion, but I have to do it in a convincing way. I can add something to the sustainability debate, but I have to add something which is ongoing, but I have to add something that is novel in a way. I couldn't come up with the idea that perhaps we should take better care of the Earth because the ice is melting away and global warming. Yes, but what is new about this? And then it doesn't have to be everything doesn't have to be new, but something has to be new. You have to add something to this ongoing debate in a convincing way. That's how easy it is again. You could either stick to new theory, you could take an old field, and when I say old, I mean an existing field, an existing debate, an ongoing debate, sustainability, and you could add, you could do it from a new theoretical perspective. Or you could use an old existing theory, but you could add some new empirical data. Okay, we know now about leadership. All knows about what leadership is. But how is Muslim leadership? Is that different from the rest of the world, for instance? Then you can take the existing theories and study leadership in a Muslim country and come up with something that, yes, there is a difference here. You could also use, of course, a new methodological approach. I think a good advice is to choose a debate in which your contribution can appear as novel. I think that many people, many scholars think that, oh, my work doesn't contribute anything, this is rubbish, and they get disappointed and everything. I think that it's a question of which debate you connect your work to. And as I said before, I think that you could write about almost anything. It's a matter of how you frame it in a convincing way, with also a novelty. And to get some novelty, I think that a clue is to questioning your own basic assumptions and others. To always be curious, to always tell yourself that, yes, this is the normal way to look at the Earth. Everyone thinks the Earth is spherical. But couldn't it be something else? Couldn't it be otherwise? I think such curiosity that runs through everything you do is very helpful to find out things to write about. I was thinking the other day that you have so many air conditionings here. And I was also thinking that in Sweden we have so many radio